Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the April 13th edition of the Carolina Weather Video here, and we do have some brief weather changes coming up over the next 36 hours or so. Here's our overall setup this morning. Still a quiet and fairly cool morning around here, but what's going on is there's a frontal boundary sort of draped along to our north, and then a big cold front back in the Rocky Mountain region. What's happening? There's a big area of high pressures in southeastern Canada that's moving into the New England states, and what that's going to do is push down, briefly, some cooler air from the north and east. It won't last long, but it will move on in as we get into tomorrow. You'll feel the difference tomorrow compared to today. Still a warm day today, still a lot of sunshine today. We'll be in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees for a lot of our Piedmont high temperatures today. But notice that cloud cover off to our north. We will see some of that tonight into tomorrow as well. There's that cooler air, 30s and 40s, even some 20s, not that far from the New England states, and we'll see a brief push of that cooler air. We're talking 60s for highs tomorrow. Now let's talk about what happens. First of all, today, a lot of sunshine, again, a very warm day. I've highlighted that. But as that backdoor cold front shifts on through, there's a small chance, mainly this evening, for a couple showers. Not very much activity, and I think most of us stay dry, but just don't be shocked if there are a couple of showers around this evening or tonight as that front presses on through. And then tomorrow we should be dry, except possibly around the Outer Banks up toward Elizabeth City. Most of the rest of the region will be dry tomorrow, but a considerable amount of cloud cover. I do think a clearing trend will try to kick in as the day unfolds, but a good bit of cloud cover tomorrow, and probably only mid-60s for a lot of our highs tomorrow afternoon, maybe around upper 60s or 70 around Charlotte, but that might be a bit optimistic depending on the cloud cover. All right, then a beautiful day Thursday. We'll be back to the 70s for highs with a sunny sky. Friday, the warmest day of this week. I highlighted that yesterday. What will happen is we'll see this westerly flow and southwesterly flow right ahead of a pretty strong cold front that's off to our north on Friday. So we'll pop up to the low 80s. Wouldn't be shocked if there were even a couple of mid-80s in some spots Friday afternoon. But then that front drops in, and it still looks like the shower chance will be pretty limited with the front. I can't rule out a shower at some point Friday night into Saturday with that frontal passage, but it just does not look like a good rain chance. There's just not a lot of moisture return from the Gulf or the Atlantic ahead of that front, and so not a lot of opportunity for that front to generate any really significant rains. Sunday, the GFS is probably overdone with the degree of cooling here, but I do think we'll see some slightly cooler air. Highs probably Sunday and there on Monday as well in the low 70s, lows in the low 40s. If the GFS were to be correct, we could see some 60s and maybe upper 30s. But again, I think it's probably a little overdone with the cool air over the weekend. Let's see, that is Monday. Low 70s for highs probably Monday. And then we go out to the extended range here, and there are still some signs of a little bit more active storm track later in the month. This is the 23rd with a system moving in. This is the 26th. And that is the 28th. So there are some indications down the line of a more active pattern. Overall, it's been a very, very dry month. We had one storm system last week. Aside from that, it's been dry. And the overall rain chances over the next week remaining very low, although, like I mentioned, could be a couple showers this evening and maybe a couple showers Friday night into Saturday, but certainly no widespread soaking rains. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.